present is the Biometrics Cloud Modernization that you saw at booth 16. Welcome.
Good afternoon. I'm Michael Fugate, the development lead on the NameCheck program. Here with me is Eric Booth, the architect on our project, one of the leading architects of our company. Here representing the NameCheck program for USCIS and in close collaboration with Pyramid Systems. USCIS processes thousands of immigrant benefit applications daily, each of which the immigrant undergoes a secure, thorough background check. USCIS leverages two background checks for this purpose, one being the FBI's Next Generation Identification Program, some know it as the NGI. That's primarily a fingerprint background check system, and then the other is the FBI's Next Generation Name Check Program, which was a particular interest to us on this project. And that program processes background checks based on provided immigrant names and extrapolated aliases. So the current system within USCIS for performing these name check background check services was done on a mainframe that was been in service for 20 years. The mainframe at its core also supported various standalone case management systems, each of which provided its own name check service, generating its own aliases, and then batching its own requests to the mainframe, where those requests would then be moved to a central store to be submitted to the FBI, obviously using older, outmoded communications technologies. Let me see. Move the next slide. Solution. So where we came in, we USOIT in collaboration with Pyramid Systems transformed the legacy system that you see for USCIS into a centralized name check service, drastically reducing latency in the legacy process on the mainframe, as well as implementation of core name check services, provided a real-time secure FBI communications framework and modern name check service, significantly reducing the number of FBI submissions directly. So to achieve this result, we took the approach probably most people take. Obviously, there's the leading edge technologies, agile. Obviously, we took an agile approach like everybody else. We took a Scrum for frequent delivery, its commitment to delivery as well. We also did an all-in approach on the cloud, Amazon Web Services, providing obvious benefits like scalability, redundancy. Everybody in the cloud sees those. So obviously, that's not our only innovation here today, but one we're very proud of. And as well as the Amazon cloud, we also provided an immediate full stack development team. And our development teams, full stack means everybody knows every aspect of every technology that we implement. And that's sort of a process we apply across Pyramid Systems as well. USCIS has supported us in this effort significantly. Aligning with the USCIS Digital Services Playbook, the team selected a modern source open stack technology and with web services obviously selected for our DevOps hosting. The DevSecOps that we chose was implemented immediately. That was one of the first things we put in place because every other process we implemented required us to have a secure testing and quality code testing before we start moving products into our delivery pipeline. Once the cloud-based platform was provisioned, the team configured this pipeline to implement our processes, allowing for frequent production builds, each subjected to rigorous quality and security code testing, ensuring a secure and responsive name check service. Obviously, the benefit from the all-in cloud approach gave us an available service that's highly available, rather. This new name check enterprise service that OIT in collaboration with Pyramid Systems provided yields immediate benefits for USCIS. These are some of the things we're proud of most. But before I tell you what the benefits are, I could say that the agile approach I just discussed, our cloud approach that I just discussed, these are things we're proud of, but these are not things that were central to our innovation. These are things that we have absolutely required, but our innovation was taking a mainframe application and somehow moving it into the cloud in 7 months. We had a mandate of 15. We actually went all in on the cloud in 11 months, saving the agency considerable time and effort on trying to modernize their case management systems. The way we did that was we took our service and we connected directly to the mainframe. We didn't do the typical approach of rewriting the application and moving it out. So this obviously yielded some benefits doing a centralized service. We were able to deduplicate at our service. We were also able to formalize the alias generation process at our service. These are things that hadn't been done in USCIS before. We implemented them in 7 months. So once we rolled out into the cloud and implemented our service, we went live in 11 months. Immediate benefits were realized by USCIS OIT and the adjudications officers generally. And some of those benefits, the last slide, and probably most significantly, well, not most significantly, probably very significantly, was reduce O&M costs moving a mainframe application into the cloud. We didn't move it directly into the cloud, but we did move the mainframe process directly into the cloud. Immediate benefits were realized there. 80% reduction in the latency in the mainframe process. The name check adjudications process, O&M processes, as well as the 80% reduction in response times, immediately affecting the adjudications process. Now, probably the most significant thing we're proud of is the amount of money we were able to save the agency based on transaction costs to the FBI. Using the older technologies, these transactions would be submitted in duplication, as well as ineffective alias generation processes, resulting in unnecessary submissions. What we did was we saved the FBI, or saved the agency 5% month over month on these submissions. The first month we went production, we saw an $85,000 savings in transaction costs. We projected out 9 months for $1 million. We reached that in 7. And we're projecting now that we will see, at a 5% rate, we will still see $5 million savings by the year 2020. We expect, however, that to increase because we've already seen 9 and 10% months. So that's our innovation. Thank you.
Congratulations on that. Thank you. 2 things. I'm fascinated by the telethon number at the bottom of your slide that keeps going up as the callers call in. And, but on a more serious note, what did you learn from this process that you can apply to other modernization efforts across your agency specifically?
I will tell you what I learned personally, and I think what my team learned directly. I'm sorry. A modernization effort doesn't necessarily mean you have to rewrite something entirely and move it into a new platform. The platform's great, don't get me wrong, and the process is great, but a modernization effort should always take the business units in consideration. Right. What do they do every day and how can we improve it now? No, not wait for a year. What we can do now to improve their process, save the agency some money, take that money and roll it into better solutions in the future.
Was it hard to resist the temptation that I'm sure somebody had to say, no, we have to do this whole thing rather than focus on the piece that you wanted to focus on?
So our OIT leadership was great in this way. They had a clear vision from the beginning, and we supported that vision. And their vision was not to do it that way. They have to decommission the mainframe to save the agency some costs there. So we just wanted to move the processes out into the cloud as soon as we could. So we really didn't want to do it all in.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming to tell us about what you did.